Hello my fellow makeup enthusiasts, welcome back to my perfectly healthy expression of makeup enthusiasm. My name is Lainey and today I'm bringing you some little reviews of some random recent purchases. Now I'm going to start with the thing on the tippy top of my brain, and that is the new Norvina Lashes. So on this eye I am wearing Eleganza. It has a really nice strip in the sense that, I'm going to take it out of the package, you can't see that. Here, I'm just going to hold up the lash. I love the band on these lashes because it's really, it's not a thick strip. It's kind of clear in between the lashes, so it gives you that more natural look. If you're wanting a more natural look, get something with a thinner or a clear or an invisible band. Don't get something, I'll show you the other kind, and not that this is bad, but this gives you a less natural look. And this one has not been trimmed yet, so it's gonna look a little bit on the big side. This is the dreamy style. So do you see the difference in this lash band? You see how this is dark and it's thicker? I don't know if it really shows up on the eye. I kind of conceal it with eyeliner and try to blend everything in, but this type of lash, can I hold them? Okay. So the one on top is going to look more natural than the one on the bottom. Does that make sense? Do you even need to know that? I don't know. But for me, I feel like the Eleganza style gives you more volume, whereas the dreamy style gives you more length. I like them both, but I feel like I'm more in the mood for volume, as is usually the case with me. I usually prefer volume to length. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this girl off, and I'm gonna pop on the other Eleganza lash, and I will be right back. And now that that bit of business is out of the way, let me talk about some of my recent makeup acquisitions, starting with the Juvia's Place Shade Stick. I was not interested in this at all when it first came out, but I have to admit that I've always been low-key curious about stick foundations. I've never used one. I was in Ulta last night. I saw this, I thought, what the hell, it's $16, let's give it a whirl. You can get this on the Juvia's Place website or you can get it at Ulta. I prefer to buy my foundation in the real world because I like to try it. And I got the lightest shade, that is Tokyo. And when I first put it on my hand in the store, it's shocking. It's like clown face. But as soon as you blend it, it just gives you this gorgeous, almost luminous finish without being dewy. I am wearing it on my face today. I did come home and put it on immediately yesterday evening, and I really like this stuff. I like this stuff so far almost as much as I like my Dior powder foundation, and that's saying a lot. Usually liquid foundations aren't my thing. Sometimes I can make them work, but most of the time they really annoy me. They feel very heavy on my skin. This does not. This feels great. I love the finish. It's not matte. It's not full coverage. I don't go for full coverage foundations. Honestly, I've got pretty good skin. I don't need it. Sorry if that makes me a bitch, but I like a light to medium coverage. This is definitely that for me. Of course, I did not go in with a very heavy hand. You could probably build this up and make it more full coverage, but I did not choose to do that. So this is a big, big win. And next I'm going to touch on something that I have showed you briefly in previous videos. This is the Likely Makeup Clown Blush Palette. I primarily bought this because I was curious about yellow blush. Before I ordered this, I had played around with the yellow shade in the Juvia's Place Zulu palette, and I thought it looked cool. So I got this. If I'm being perfectly honest, if I want yellow blush, I like the Juvia's Place eyeshadow better. This is not bad though. And this purple is pretty cool. I like the purple blush if you sheer it out. Honestly though, I like the Melt Radioactive Ultraviolet blush a little bit better than this. Oh, and by the way, if you watched my Melt Radioactive review and you saw me freak the fuck out because this one was broken, Melt has wonderful customer service. They sent me a new one right away with a free lipstick and a sincere apology, so I really appreciated that. This one, you can swirl your brush, or you can pick and choose and kind of create your own shade, so you can get more of a magenta blush, and this shears out nicely as well. So honestly, if I want a purple toned or a magenta toned blush, I think this is more magenta than purple. I do kind of prefer this. Plus you have this one that's kind of shimmery, and I love a blush with a little bit of shimmer in it. So if I'm going to reach for a purple blush or a magenta blush, I'm probably going to reach for this. Having said that, the magenta shade in here is probably my favorite shade in this palette, and this red shade called Circus is really fun, but I feel like this only works if I'm going for a very stylized look, or if I'm doing some kind of costume. I feel like if you had a deeper skin tone, this might work beautifully. I have tried and tried and tried to get this shade, Contortion, to work as a contour. See, that looks like it would be a nice contour shade, and on me, it does not work. I don't know if it's too warm, or maybe it's too close to my hair color or something, but it just goes wonky on my skin, and it looks patchy when I apply it to the skin. The other thing about these blushes, fuck it, I'll swatch them all. They are so pigmented, so pigmented. To me, this is too pigmented for a blush, and they don't sheer out very well at all. So when I use my usual blush brush, which is fairly densely packed, it doesn't work. But if I use a fluffier brush, which is what I tried to do when I first got this palette, they go on patchy. And so I'm sure that I'm doing something wrong. I'm sure that it's not the makeup's fault. In fact, it's not the makeup's fault. It's just that we don't really match. I mean, what I like to do with my blush and what you can do with this blush doesn't really match up. And so I do kind of regret purchasing this, but overall, was this worth it? Well, it was $23 on the Likely Makeup website. You can also get it for $25 on the Dolls Kill website. So watch for sales on that website if you are interested in buying other stuff from there, and you might as well pick this up in the process. I don't think that this is bad, but it's just not for me. And I regret saying that, because I think that this is a really cool concept, and I think that this would work for a lot of people. But just be aware, they are very pigmented, and they are very hard to sheer out, and if you are pale, you're gonna have a lot of trouble getting these two shades to work for your skin tone. But I will say that Likely Makeup makes some really fun lashes. They've been making lashes for a long time, so I'll wear these in a future video and I'll talk about them. I have nothing against Likely Makeup. I think it's great that they're branching out, although I do love lashes. I mean, lashes are my favorite thing in the world. Are they? Not my favorite thing in the entire world, but you know, in the makeup world. So this, kind of a fail for me, but not a bad palette, objectively. Next up, I'm gonna talk about one of my absolute favorite brands. No, it's not Notoriously Morbid. It is Love Luxe Beauty. So I am wearing the For the Love of Fall palette on my eyes today. I played around with it last night, and I did film that. I got some thoughts. Okay, so this is a pretty color story, undeniably. But here's the picture that they put on Instagram. And here are my swatches that I was able to get. So basically what I'm saying is that these shades are wimpy. They are little wusses. I mean, look at my eyes. I don't think it looks bad, but it doesn't pack a punch. Now, the Something Gorgeous palette from Love Luxe Beauty, I have a video on that I will link in the cards. This palette does pack a punch. At least these 6 bottom shades, they are punchy, they are pigmented, they are pretty. This is one of my favorite palettes in the world. And then these shades on the top row look like they would be soft, and they are, but you look at them and you can tell, yeah, this isn't gonna be super pigmented. But the ones that look like they would punch you in the face, They do, in a good way. On a much happier note, Love Luxe Beauty also makes a cloud highlighter. I got the shade Lavish. So this is almost like a mousse. It's almost whipped. Here is what it looks like. It looks like it would be a mess and a half. Actually, it's gorgeous. So I'm going really heavy-handed so that the swatch will show up, but I'm also wearing this highlighter today. I love this highlighter. Love Luxe Beauty. For the most part, I mean, even with this palette being a little lackluster, still absolutely love the brand. So if you are a type of person who likes to put on highlighter with your fingers, you find that it's easier to do that. I am that type of person. This might be for you. This is really friendly for traveling, and I don't mean like going on vacation, I mean just like putting in your makeup bag, in your purse. I really like this product a lot. I also wanted to show you another winning product from Love Luxe Beauty. This is their Sparks, S-P-A-R-X, and I'm assuming that that's pronounced Sparks, but this is Eye Safe Glitter. So it comes in this cute little crystal looking container. So let's get a little bit on the finger. Is that showing up? Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some glitter glue down and I'm gonna mix this up, and then I'm gonna pop this on the inner corner of my eye and show you how lovely this is on your face. All right, here we go. So I'm not sure if this is showing up on camera, but it is gorgeous and it is so easy to work with. I want every single shade that they make. This product, I mean, it's $8 to $10. I'm not sure what the difference is. Some of these are $8, others are $10. This shade called Loaded, which is kind of a champagne-y tone, so it's a nice neutral glitter, if glitter can be neutral, and I guess it can be. So this one was $10, but they have some other shades that are $8. Like I said, I don't know the difference, but for 10 bucks, this is amazing. This is on par with Stila. I mean, granted, you have to put forth a little bit more effort than you do with the Stila because it comes already mixed, but this is great. No eye irritation, beautiful shade range. Check this out if you are into glitter like I am. And then we have the thing that I've been waiting for, the Urban Decay Scented Sparkling Body Powder. Shockingly, I got the honey one. I was really expecting to like the cherry one the best, but it wasn't very scented, and honestly, all three colors, they have honey, they have heat, which is cinnamon scented, but I couldn't smell a damn thing, and I love cinnamon, so my nose is attuned to cinnamon. And they have cherry. I could almost smell candy when I put the cherry on. The honey I can actually smell. So when I played with these in the store last night, they all look just about the same. The honey one smelled the best, and so that's why I got it. Let's put it on my hand. I can taste it. It doesn't taste bad, but I can taste it. It flies around in the air a lot. So that's about how much sparkle you get. You guys, this was disappointing. First of all, I feel like the containers, I don't know why, but I feel like these containers are smaller than the old ones. Maybe I'm wrong, but definitely the actual powder is not as sparkly as the old ones, and it doesn't smell as good, except for this one. This one smells nice. It smells like honey. I would say it smells more like honeysuckle because it's more of a floral honey. I don't mind the scent. I think that it's nice. It fades after about 15 minutes, if I'm being perfectly honest. So that could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing. It won't interfere with your perfume, but it really doesn't pack much of a punch. And like I said, all three shades pretty much look the same. There is barely any difference. The cherry has barely any scent. The cinnamon has no scent. And this one smells good for about 15 minutes. So was this worth $34? I don't remember them being $34 in the past. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't remember them being that expensive. I remember them being in the $15, $20 range. And so I feel like Urban Decay just kind of farted this out. I don't know. I feel like they were like, well, nobody's really gonna care except for that weird Lainey girl, and we don't care about her. By the way, Urban Decay, we need to get a divorce lawyer because you haven't been impressing me lately. And let me wrap this up by talking about something super fun. This is the Freck Beauty OG Freckle Pen. Now, it's not really a pen. It is a brush tip applicator, but it's for making fake freckles. And I'm using this for a costume in the very near future. Let me show you how it works. And today I put on very strategically placed freckles that were not meant to look natural. If you want them to look more natural, make them a little bit more uneven, not so strategically placed. But these stay on all day long. This does retail for $22. That may sound a little bit steep. I don't regret it at all because to me this is a costume item and I go a little crazy when it comes to costumes. So I bought this on the Urban Outfitters website, and you can also get it on the Freck website, and I believe you can also get it on Revolve. The links will be down below. But you'll see me when I do my video game costume video wearing this as part of a video game costume, and this is so fun. This is so fun. I wear it for no reason, and I also wear it in conjunction with costumes. This is a good product if you want to do fake freckles. This is fantastic. Coming up in just a little while, I did order the Linda Hallberg Fusion Crayon Kit. I watched her video on the crayons. They look gorgeous, and she said that the formula is a little bit softer than the old formula, so I'm hoping that these will work in my waterline because that is my one complaint about the Linda Hallberg crayons. That should be coming to me in a week and a half. It's international shipping, so it may take a while, and if it does, that's perfectly fine, but there will be a video on that. I'm also getting a Dolls Kill haul later on this week. I think it's coming to me either tomorrow or the next day, and I'm hoping that this is going to be a good one. The last one wasn't so great. Actually, it wasn't bad except for that antler butterfly thing, which I did fix, by the way, and I will be wearing that when I do my Notoriously Morbid Endless Eyeshadow Collection review. So that's coming up as well, and I'm still working on my Madre Farah Dark Crystal Age of Resistance costume. Every time I feel like I'm close to being finished with that costume, I either see a picture or I think of something or I see something on the show, because I watched the show in its entirety 7 or 8 times now because I'm a wee bit obsessive, if a wee bit means completely. Anyway, that's a good thing when you're working on a costume because you notice little things, but it also makes the costume take forever because you notice little things. Anyway, that costume should be finished at some point, and there will be a video. I've been filming all along the way, and so hopefully that will be a very comprehensive video. If you've ever wanted to do a Gelfling costume, I have a big portion of the tutorial. Is it a tutorial? Not really, but I do have a portion of the video where I talk about how I made my Gelfling ears, and they finally turned out well after 3 failed attempts. So that will be coming up sometime in the future. Anything else? No, that's it. That wraps it up for today. As always, thank you so very much for joining me. Follow me on Instagram. I will follow you back. Throw me a pity like, give me some encouragement to make some more videos. Very special shout out to you if you were watching this video on the toilet. And until next time, stay adorably obsessed with makeup.